So the Mad Scientist 2007-2008 database is here. So once again, an amazing amount of work has been done to restore the footballing world to what it was some 16 years ago. So this is a time when Manchester United was still on top, Sir Alex Ferguson in charge, and Cristiano Ronaldo, 22 years old, and of course Messi on the cusp of greatness, 20 years old at Barcelona. Yeah, I haven't added a retro face pack yet. But yeah, La Liga is playable in this save, and the Spanish second division of the time as well. So taking a closer look at the Barcelona squad, we see here we've got Carlos Puyol in defence, partnered by Rafael Marquez, got a 24-year-old Yaya Toure there, and then this dream midfield, we've got Xavi, Deco, and Iniesta just about to reach his prime, and a 29-year-old Thierry Henry as well. We see some names in the Real Madrid squad as well. I mean, we've got Casillas as a goalkeeper here. We've got Sergio Ramos, only 21 and only a handful of red cards to his name. Got here Marcelo at the beginning of his career. We've got Arjen Robben and Wesley Sneijder here in the Real Madrid team as well. Raul still with a few years left to run, and Ruud van Nistelrooy. And it doesn't stop there. Also, if we head over to Italy, we've got Serie A and Serie B as playable leagues. We've also got the Bundesliga available, and look at this list of past winners. An era when Bayern were good, but they were not dominant. We've also got the top division in Portugal, and this is a time, of course, only a few years removed from Porto winning the Champions League. We've got Ligue 1 as well, and of course this is a time when Olympique Lyonnais were the dominant team, not PSG. We've also got the Eredivisie in here playable, and we've got the Scottish Premier League, and of course here, an interesting challenge could be Gretna. This was the season that they went bust, so it could be a good challenge to try and save them from relegation and from bankruptcy. So how do you add the 2007-2008 database to your FM24 game? Well, you need to head over to the Mad Scientist FM Patreon page. I'll leave links in the description and pin them in the comments. Now, as I'm recording this, it's early access only, so only available to Patreon members at this time, but when this video goes live, the database should be freely available to everyone. But do consider signing up to the Patreon and supporting the Mad Scientist with the work that he does. So once you go there, you'll find a pinned post with a link. I'm not going to show the link on screen, of course, as it's still early access. So you will actually find two links there. So I've downloaded them both to show you two different ways to set up your game. So the first one here is the 2007-2008 database .fm. This is a save game file. And the other one that ends here with .fmf, this is an editor data file. Now you only need one of these, you don't need both. If you just want a quick start, you'll use a save game file. If you want to select, maybe you're only interested in the English and the Scottish leagues, maybe you're only interested in the Spanish and Italian leagues, if you use a database file, you can select those only. But let's start with the save game file. So what we need to do is to just take this and then come to our documents folder. We want to go into Sports Interactive and then Football Manager 2024 and Games. This is where all our save games are stored. I've got quite a lot of save games going on for various things that are coming out on my channels here on YouTube and TikTok. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow, and all of that. And then I'm just going to paste that file in here. So right down at the bottom now, we see the 2007-2008 database file is there. Right, and if we now just load up our game of Football Manager 24, so we're going to come to load game, so we just click on that and we'll find it here. You might have to scroll down a little bit because this save file is of course time-stamped. So there we go, the 2007-2008 database. You just hit load and there you go. So this will start you off asking you to add your manager, and there you go. You can see all the playable leagues are here. You could even manage an international side if you want to actually get England to qualify for the Euros and things like that. Although I don't think the international tournaments have been restored to that old format. It's just the leagues. So you can pick your team to manage from here. That's all you need to do. But like I said, if you only want to run a couple of these leagues or something like that, you're going to need the editor data file. Okay, so back to the downloads folder. So the editor data file is this one that says .fmf. So again, we're just going to take this and put it in the right folder. So again, that will be Sports Interactive in your Documents folder. Of course, this is Windows PC. And then we want to go into Football Manager 2024 and then the editor data folder. Again, my editor data folder is jam-packed with various things that I've created, experiment databases and so on. But don't worry about that. We just paste it in and we can see it again down there at the bottom. All right, so back to the game now. This time we don't click on load game, we click on start a new game. So in career mode now, this screen will come up. Whenever you have anything in the editor data folder that the game recognizes, this screen will come up. Now, here's a key thing with this database. We've just had the winter update, of course, which has updated the game version to 24.3. This will not work with the 24.3 database. So what you will have to do is right here, change this. So it's quite simple. You just change that to Football Manager 2024. You can see there the 2007-2008 database, it's got a little warning triangle next to it, and I can't currently select it. But if I change this to Football Manager 2024, there you go. Suddenly it's selectable. It's already ticked because it's the newest file in that folder, so we're all set to go. So we just hit confirm, and then we continue setting up our game as normal. I'm going to stick with original mode for this. I don't know, actually. I haven't looked into it enough to see if the mad scientist has implemented some future dated transfers. Possibly not. So we'll just stick with original to be safe. And by the way, because of the absolutely huge number of changes that are in this database file, it might take a little bit longer than you would normally expect to set up as well. If we go to add remove leagues, you'll notice that all the regular leagues are still here. Just most of these won't be playable in this database. So make sure you only select leagues that are currently playable in whatever database you're using. I do believe the mad scientist will be adding more leagues to the pack in the future, but for now I'm just going to go with England, Italy, Spain, Scotland, and then you choose your playable leagues. Again, bear in mind which leagues have actually been altered. So here, England goes down at the moment to League 1 only. Italy is fine with Serie B, but Scotland would be Premiership only, and Spain we can choose the top 2 divisions. So just make sure that you don't choose any leagues that haven't actually been incorporated into the database. And again, all the other options about database size, start date, and things like that are as normal. And then you just hit start game, you wait for it to set things up. Again, this could take a little bit longer than you're used to. So there you go, took a few minutes, but it's finally done. Again, you can play around with your manager profile, and again, we can just choose our team. I'm actually going to do a saving Derby. This, of course, was the season when they got the record lowest Premier League points total. So I'm going to be doing a mini-series with them. Make sure you're following for that. And then we can just set up all of our manager things as usual, whatever your preferences are. And then you're in the game, and there we go. You are managing in the 2007-2008 database. So our expectations here, fight bravely against relegation. So that was a quick look at the 2007-2008 database and how to install it into your game of FM24. If you found that useful, please hit that like button and follow or subscribe, and I'll see you for some action with Derby soon.